Alright, what's going on, guys? Today, working on this disaster. It's a CRF50 with an 88cc big bore kit, from what I was told. I don't know. There's no way to verify it. I guess the head looks new, but it was sold to me with no spark. I had the liberty of taking the cover off, and I quickly found out why there's no spark. That's just snapped clean off. Chain too tight. Typical failure. So I ordered a whole ignition kit up for this thing. Whole harness, keys, whatever I gotta get. So hopefully I can get spark on it. So it's pretty simple. You gotta just take this nut off and then use a special puller. You pull this flywheel off, and then just a couple screws and it should come off. Hopefully I got the right one, and maybe this thing will run today. I'll quickly find out if it's got 50 cc's or 88. Because it's either going to move or not, because I'm kind of fat. Alright, so some of these are reverse threads. I'm going to assume this one isn't. I like to make sure it's the top dead center. Yep. Not reverse thread, as expected. So now you gotta get a puller. You go grab my puller. Alright, so you take your puller. These are like $10 on Amazon. You thread them on in reverse. Make sure it goes on all the way, because otherwise you'll pull the threads out of the flywheel and you're gonna have a bad day. So that's pretty much on. Make sure it's the top dead center. Take your pin. Thread this in. Alright, let me see what size socket this is. Looks pretty big, probably like a 19 or something. No, it's a 17. Yep, 17. Tighten it down with an impact or something. And make sure it stays in top dead center. There you go. Easy as that. Comes right off. Alright. Don't lose the washer. This is your flywheel cover. So, looking at here is the whole ignition system, which is held together with two Phillips head screws. You can see one here, one there. I need to get the Phillips socket and an impact, because if you strip those out, you're going to have a really bad day. Let me go grab that really quick. Alright, so I have my little socket. Looks like it fits pretty decently. I hope it doesn't strip anything out. Got the impact, and got it. Alright, that's one. Let's see this one. Do I get 2 for 2 here? Yes! Okay. Both came out, thank God. If these strip, I promise you'll have a terrible day. The last thing you need to do. Alright, so now this should just slide right out. With a little persuasion. There we go. Alright, so this is out. You can see the failure right here. Someone tried JB welding it. Of course, that didn't go very well. I'm trying to replace the whole ignition system, but I'm going to unplug that, put it to the side. You actually see the insides of your engine here. And this one looks to be in pretty good shape. Thankfully, no oil is leaking out. So let me go get the new stuff, line it up. Hopefully it fits. Looks like it should line up because they're parallel. If not, maybe I'll have something else. Let me go figure this out. Alright, so here we have the new one. So you install it the same way that you took it off. You have the wires. This is a universal one. I have all the wiring for the bike, so I don't really care about matching it up. I'm going to start over fresh. So you kind of just slide it on, be gentle with it. Try not to break the seal. Alright. And then just pop it on, like that. Take your screws, your impact, and secure it down. Alright, there we go. Thread it in a little bit, little by little. Alright. If you're like me with an impact, make sure it's on the lowest setting. That should be good, should be tight. So that's good. Now, do the wiring. And we got a scissor. I don't care, it doesn't matter. I'm not using them, just cut it. It's all getting replaced. Down to the spark plug. Okay. Pull this out of the way. You know what? I might even leave the key. Actually, no, I won't. Okay. We have here a new kill switch. Wiring, this plugs right in. Some wiring to go from the magneto. We have this CDI box. Over here, we have the new wire for the spark plug. All the connections. It's real simple, let's match up the colors. So what I'm going to do first, take off the old one. Plug that. All of the old harness is off. Got this old kill switch on the handlebars. What I'm going to do, I'm going to start off by taking this and just mocking it up over here to the top. Then I'll take this wire, feed it through. This is how I went from the factory. Let's plug that in up here. Okay. We have our new coil. Mock that up over there, like so. This there through the same hole. So this will just roughly stick down here for now. So this is black and yellow. See, this might go to a kill switch. So the kill switch plugs into this. So okay, red and black, red and black. Alright, so this, I decided I'm just going to cut. Alright, so I got the key spliced into the wires there. You can see it is roughly spliced in. That way the key works. Here, the kill switch plugged in. If you look, that is all plugged in. Except for the 2 for the electric start. There's 3. The spark plug I have plugged in. So, in theory, there should be spark on this, which I am now going to test out. Alright, so I actually ended up getting a new flywheel cover, because I think the old one was not fitting right with this kit. So, top dead center, iron it up. Time to see if we have spark. I'm going to put a gas tank on this, put a little gas in it, see if I can maybe get it to kick over. Or I might just spray a little something in the carburetor, see if I can just jump it, even though the carb is clean, it should start with gas. Let's see what happens. Alright, so I have a little carb clean. That's connected. Key, I assume, is on. Spray a little bit down in there and see what happens. Huh? I think it's sparking. If I put an exhaust on, this thing might fire right up. Alright, so I put the exhaust back on, put the gas tank on just roughly. Put a little gas in this. Just to get it going. Get this out of the way. So, if I did everything correctly, it should fire up. A little starting fluid. I wonder if it's getting spark. There we go. I think the issue here is the carburetor is just too small for what's going on in here, or something up with the carburetor. I had it cleaned, but maybe the jets or something, the throttle is not right, and it just isn't giving it enough juice to keep going. Also, there's no air filter, which can't be helping at all. But I might have to put a carburetor on from a different bike and revisit this. Ah! Pop.
Take two.
Yeah, right? Alright, so what this ended up being, I wasn't getting spark because the ignition coil wasn't grounded off properly. So once I got that grounded off, that was it. It started running pretty good. Carburetor is definitely undersized. I have to get a bigger carburetor or jet it a little bit richer. And then it should be a good bike. I can't ride it today because it's not happy with me. Also have to loosen up the chain, but...
And he's got to do some work on my Jeep.
Yeah, I have to do that too. So, thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for the next video. We're going to finish this bike up and hopefully take it for a rip around the neighborhood.
Hoorah.
See you in the next one.